Now this illustration deals with derating due to the obstruction when we have offsetted below the 75 foot that is allowed. Now the top of the illustration, all that information's the same. We have a 4160 volt medium voltage line. We're obstructing or have an obstruction of utility lines and maybe a rock or some other type of obstruction, and we have to offset below it. We have 3/3/0 AWG shielded conductors with one bare ground, and it's in one duct run, one circuit. And the information now in the quick calc is that we're reviewing section 31160C2 little b, two tables, 311.60C77 through 311.60C86, and it's 6% per foot. Now, when we review the selecting ampacity boxed in information, we are 2 foot below the 30-inch allowable in the illustration that we have. So 2% of 6% is 12%. 12% from 100% is 88%. So 88% of 250, we have reduced down to 220 amps that we're allowed to have usable for this circuit due to the obstruction. So now let's look at step 1, selecting ampacity. Step 1, calculating length. In accordance with 311.C2B that we're looking at to the tables 311.60C77 through 311.60C86, we're 24 inches below 30 inches, so it's 12% derate because we're 2 foot below 30, and it's 6% for each foot, so we would have naturally 2 times 6% would be 12%. Note too, we're applying the derating factors using this method. Again, we're using the same tables that were in step 1. So 250 amps is what's allowable for a 3/0 THWN copper conductor if we do not offset below the distance permitted by the sections. So remember, it was 75 foot, but we have offsetted beyond that. So our depth, though, is the big factor here. Even if it was 75 foot, we have gone and offsetted down 2 foot. So we'd have 2 times 6%, giving us 12%. 12% of 250 is 30 amps. 30 amps from 250 would leave 220. So the solution and the answer, the ampacity now that would be usable due to the burial depth being 2 foot at 6% for each foot would be 220 amps. So computers, electricians in the field usually use the quick calc. It's a little bit easier, and they see what's taking place very easy by using the 88% rule there, as you see in the quick calc. So our figure 8-25 is showing where our burial depth of the cable is 2 foot below the 30 inches. So we fall in the derate. If we're over 75 foot, we would fall in the derate. So this illustration is illustrating what would be required if the raceway dropped down 2 foot below the 30 inches.